Alright, it's finally happened. One of the most popular premium cards out there, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, just had a major overhaul. We're talking new perks, major credits, elite status, and yes, that $795 annual fee. Yikes. In this video, we're breaking down everything you need to know about the new version of the card so you know whether to keep it, cancel it, or maybe even apply for it now that it claims to have over $2,700 in value. Though let's crunch the numbers and see if it actually delivers. First, let's talk about what you earn when you actually spend on the card, the multipliers. What's thankfully not changing is earning 3 times points when spending on dining. Now yes, the lower tier Sapphire Preferred card also has this multiplier, but if the Reserve is your only card, then earning 3 times points on that category is still quite solid. But that's pretty much it. Basically, all the other multipliers on the card are changing, including one of the big selling points of the old version of the card, getting 3 times points on general travel, especially when Chase's travel definition is quite broad, including the typical flights and hotels, but also trains, buses, parking, and more. But now that's going away along with the 10 times points on hotels and car rentals, or 5 times points on flights, all when booked through the portal. No more. Instead, Chase is now splitting travel spend into 2 parts, and it's clear they're trying to steer people in a certain direction. You'll earn 8 times points on all Chase travel purchases, which not only includes flights and hotels and car rentals, but also activities, cruises, and tours, and 4 times points on flights and hotels when booking direct. Yes, 8 times is a big number, and even for someone like me who typically uses points for booking long-haul flights, there are still times when cash still makes sense. And when they do, and if the prices from the portal are the same as elsewhere, this is like getting 16% back in value when using 2 cents per point, which is huge. That's unmatched. I don't know any other card that has more than 5 times when booking flights, even through a portal. That said, even if you're booking direct, whether the price point is better or you don't want the headache of third parties, you'll still earn that solid 4 times in flights and hotels. Now, the 4 times on flights isn't that special. The Amex Platinum has 5 times when booking flights direct, but 4 times when booking hotels direct is really solid. It's better than the old 3 times in general travel, and better than what most other cards offer unless you're booking through a portal. But if most of your travel spend falls outside of these main categories, then you're out of luck because that's only going to earn you 1 times points per dollar spent. So yeah, Chase is making it clear. Book through their portal if you want maximum points. But to be fair, if you do travel regularly and book flights and hotels even outside of the portal, these new multipliers could give you more value than before. Now, there is one thing missing here, and that's any mention of the old 10 times points when spending on Chase dining. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with that perk. Overall though, when it comes to spending with a card, if most of your spend is in dining, there's no change. If you regularly use the Chase travel portal, you're coming out ahead. If you usually book flights and hotels direct, you're getting a nice upgrade. But if your travel spend isn't anything else, that old flexibility is gone and you're only earning 1 times. And depending on your lifestyle and habits, that could be a downgrade or a nice boost. Now let's talk about credits. And for better or worse, Chase is following the Amex Platinum playbook, where they can claim a massive value of perks, but delivering them through many individual credits. The reality is most people won't use them all, or they'll forget about them entirely, still paying the higher $795 in annual fees, a 245% jump from the old $550. So what does that extra $245 jump get you? First, 2 credits that are not changing. One, and thankfully, is the $300 flexible annual travel credit, which works for anything that codes as travel. And 2 is the global entry, TSA pre-check, and Nexus credit once every 4 years. Now for the heavy hitter, a $500 credit towards the Edit Hotel Collection, which consists of over 1,100 curated hotels that are usually more boutique and upscale. You get this at $250 twice per year and only works towards bookings of 2 nights or more. If you already stay at these kinds of properties, the credit alone more than justifies that $245 increase. And a few new lifestyle focused perks, $300 per year to Sapphire Reserve exclusive tables, given $150 every half. This is probably a hit or miss, where if you're a foodie, live in a major city, and already go out of your way to seek out interesting restaurants. It can be really easy to use and itself justify the annual fee increase. $300 towards StubHub and Viagogo credits, again given at $150 every half. Apple TV Plus and Apple Music, which Chase values at about $250. Great if you're already using them, but unlikely to really change your habits. Along with 10 times points on eligible Peloton purchases and up to $120 in statement credit towards their membership. And still staying are a couple credits you're already familiar with, like $120 towards Lyft at $10 a month, on top of 5 times points there, and Dash Pass membership, as well as up to $300 with DoorDash credit, although it's not as good as it sounds, as it's mostly $5 a month for restaurant orders and 2 times $10 a month towards non-restaurant orders. So yes, that's a lot of value on paper, but realistically, most people are not going to use every single one. And that's okay because you don't have to. If you already found value in the card before and you can use one of these major credits, that might be enough. Whether it's the $500 The Edit credit if you travel, the $300 exclusive tables credit if you're a foodie, or the $300 StubHub credit if you go to events a lot, any of these would already be enough to justify the annual fee increase by itself. Alright, now for another major change to a very popular perk, the 1.5 cents per point value for your Chase points when booking through the Chase travel portal. That's going away, but not immediately. Chase is introducing something called Points Boost, where you can get up to 2 cents per point on, quote, thousands of the top hotels and flights with select airlines and hotels, which on one hand, if this is widely available across common flights, including economy, that's a major upgrade from the 1.5 cents from before. However, it could also be very limited and targeting more of the high-end, the Edit Hotel Collection, or premium cabins. Though personally, if I can redeem my Chase points at 2 cents per point for premium cabins without going through the headache of searching and finding award flights, that's a plus. That said, there is a silver lining and it's all about timing. If you apply before June 23rd, 2025, any points earned before October 26, 2025 can still be redeemed at that 1.5 cents per point rate through the Chase travel portal, all the way until October 26, 2027. Even better, during that time, Chase will give you the better value, whether it's through Points Boost or the 1.5 cents per point. But for anyone applying after June 23rd, 2025, or for any points earned after October 26, 2025, you can only use those points towards Points Boost. It's Points Boost only, for better or worse. Points transfers towards travel partners, on the other hand, have not changed, at least for now, and you can learn more about that here. It's just a simpler and consistent 1.5 cents per point rate that is phasing out. And I would imagine that for a significant portion of their user base who desired that simplicity and didn't care for luxury, which this card seems to be more positioned for, this shift is probably going to feel more like a downgrade. Speaking of positioning of the card, it's still going to be in the travel and dining space, only elevated. The lounge benefits stay with Priority Pass, the Chase Sapphire lounges, and select Air Canada Maple Leaf lounges, and the same goes for their top tier travel protection. But what's new here are 2 things. First, and finally, some sort of elite status, with this card now getting you IHG Platinum Elite status. Nothing too flashy here, as you can get the same status with the $99 IHG Premier card, but it will get you complimentary upgrades and early check-in times when available. And second, this new Reserve Travel Designers perk that gives you end-to-end travel planning with custom itineraries or trip support, though I will be interested in seeing data points here to see if it's still going to be very surface level or they actually do deep personalized research for you. Now, on top of all of that, for the big whales out there that are spending over $75,000 per year on the card, you get a few more perks. IHG Diamond Elite status, which is their top end perk, giving you free breakfast along with higher priority upgrades. Southwest A-list status, along with $500 in Southwest credit when booking through the Chase travel portal. And a $250 towards Chase the Shops, which is like a new shopping experience more focused on higher end brands like Dyson and Sony. Again, nice perks, but to be honest, I think most people are not going to hit that threshold. But with all of that said, the big question is the new Chase Sapphire Reserve card with the industry-leading $795 annual fee worth it? Well, if you found value before, you only need to justify an increase of $245, and you can do that through any of the new credits that are on the card, which may work out well if you're a traveler, foodie, or concert goer. If you're new and now just considering the card, I would think about it as like $795 minus $300 in the very flexible annual travel credit, which means you just need to justify $495 in annual fees. Now, maybe you can do that with the edit credit or a mixture of the others, but you have to be the judge of that. Or depending on how the points boost works out, if you can regularly get 2 cents per point in your travel bookings, maybe that alone could be worth it as well. Else, transfer partners is still an option. Personally, the card does seem to fit my lifestyle a little bit more, especially with the multipliers and being a foodie and travel decently often, but I would be interested in seeing any potential elevated welcome bonuses, especially if the 1 bonus per Sapphire card every 48 months rule does change. That said, what are your thoughts on cards moving more upscale and becoming more coupon books? Would you be using points boost, or would you still prefer going through transfer partners and maximizing points that way, like in this video here? Let us know down below, and I'll see you in the next one.